Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. I never imagined that a single moment of curiosity could spiral into the kind of chaos that would shake the foundation of my life. My name is Daniel, and I thought I knew my wife, Emily, better than anyone. We had been married for 8 years, shared a home, 2 kids, and countless memories. I believed that trust was unshakable, that the bond we had forged over nearly a decade could withstand anything. Turns out I was wrong, dead wrong. It all started with a small suspicion, one that I tried to brush off. Emily had been coming home late more often. Her phone screen always turned away from me, the faint scent of perfume that wasn't hers lingering when she returned from work. I tried to rationalize it, telling myself she was just busy, stressed, or maybe even going out with friends. But the pit in my stomach refused to let me ignore the signs. One evening, while she was supposedly at a work dinner, I noticed a message pop up on her laptop that she had left unattended. I didn't mean to snoop, I swear I didn't. But curiosity mixed with fear pushed me to glance at it. That's when I saw it. A string of messages between her and another man. Flirty, intimate, unmistakably inappropriate. My heart sank. My mind raced. How long had this been going on? How could she betray me and our family like this? I didn't confront her immediately. I needed to think, to plan, to ensure that when she realized I knew, she would understand exactly what she had done. I wanted her to feel the full weight of her actions. I wanted her to realize that betrayal wasn't just a word. It was a mirror reflecting her choices back at her, in ways she could not ignore. The next day I pretended that nothing had happened. I kissed her goodbye as she left for work, smiled, and acted like everything was normal. But inside, every heartbeat was pounding with anticipation. I needed the perfect setup, the perfect moment for her to see the consequences of her deception. It happened the following weekend. I invited her to meet me at a cafe downtown, a place we used to visit together when life was simpler. She walked in, radiant as ever, oblivious to the storm that was brewing. I greeted her warmly, masking the fury and hurt that I felt inside. She sat across from me, sipping her coffee, laughing at something I had said, completely unaware of the truth I carried with me. I waited for the right moment. I started casually talking about our home, our kids, mentioning things she didn't know I had discovered. Her smile faltered slightly, just a flicker of unease, but I didn't let it show. Then, with calm precision, I brought up a name I knew would hit her like a jolt. Emily, I said, my voice steady, almost serene, I know about Jason. Her fork clattered against the plate. Her eyes widened, and for a moment she just stared at me, uncomprehending. I continued, each word measured, deliberate. I know about the messages, the meetings, the lies. I've seen everything. And I've thought a lot about what this means, for us, for the kids, for you. Her face went pale, the color draining as if someone had flipped a switch. Her lips quivered, trying to form words that wouldn't come. I leaned back in my chair, letting silence do the work that words could not. I wanted her to feel the tension, the inevitability of what was coming. Then came the twist. I pulled out a folder from my bag, placing it gently on the table. Everything you did, everything you thought was hidden, is documented here. Photographs, messages, receipts, proof of every step. Her hands trembled as they hovered over the folder. She tried to laugh nervously, to brush it off as if it was some elaborate misunderstanding. But I could see it, the panic rising, the realization that this was no longer about hiding, no longer about excuses. She was cornered. I let the moment stretch, drawing it out to ensure that she felt the magnitude of her betrayal. Then I told her, I wanted you to see this, to understand that actions have consequences. And now, Emily, you will understand what happens when trust is broken. Her breathing quickened. Her eyes darted between me and the folder, disbelief etched into every line of her face. And then it happened. She fainted. Not out of fear alone, but shock, humiliation, the overwhelming weight of being confronted with the reality she had tried to ignore. I caught her just in time, easing her down to the floor, my heart hammering, not with anger but with the complex mix of emotions that had been building for months. Relief, sorrow, vindication, all at once. I knew she would recover physically, but the realization, the lesson, would stay with her for far longer. As she slowly regained consciousness, I held her gaze. No words needed to be spoken, the silence said it all. Betrayal comes with a price, and she had just met hers. I walked her home afterward, quietly, letting the weight of the situation sink in. She didn't protest, didn't try to rationalize, didn't attempt excuses. She simply understood, fully, that the life she had taken for granted had consequences she could not undo. By the time she returned home that evening, she knew something fundamental had shifted. The Emily I had once known, The one who could hide and manipulate, who believed the house and the family were hers to control, was no longer the same. And neither was I.